While I worked for others, I never felt I was being paid what I was worth. I wanted to work for myself but didn't know where to start or how to transition from employee to entrepreneur. I was uncertain. I was afraid about how to make that shift. This podcast is about giving you the courage to take action, to stop trading your time for money, trading your life for a job that doesn't fulfill you or pay you what you're worth. This podcast is about giving you the tools and courage to finally work for yourself. Hi, I'm Phil Delozano, a success coach and entrepreneur, and I'm paying it forward by helping others like yourself go from employee to entrepreneur. It won't be easy. It'll take hard work and determination. Anyone starting a business needs a mentor, a coach to help navigate to success, someone to push you, mentor you, and give you the pep talks that keep you going. This is your wake-up call. Welcome to Be Your Own Boss. Hi, welcome to the show. So today we're going to be talking about the 10 things that you need to do before you launch your product or service. Okay, we've covered in the past things that people are doing or not doing that have allowed them to fail. Okay, as far as when launching the product or starting their own business. We've delved into a few of the personal things that you need to do as well. This just isn't an area of I want to launch my business. So let's jump right into it and let's talk about it. So you've got this great product. It's going to make you millions. You're going to be able to sell it to everybody. You just can't wait. And you know what? A lot of people are in the same shoes as you. But if you don't do your due diligence, if you don't do these 10 things to launch your product before you launch it, it's going to end up costing you a lot of money and a lot of time. Okay? So the first thing I want to do is let's just talk about products for right now, okay? And then you can relate this to services if you're launching a service. But the first thing I'm going to ask you is, have you tested your product? I mean, does it work? I mean, do you have a prototype? Okay? I'm not looking for a prototype that you've invested thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in. I'm talking about a prototype where you've invested some money in it to be able to fashion a working model so people can see it, feel it, and taste it. Okay, so that's the first thing. You don't need business cards. You don't need a business plan. You don't need a business behind you to launch your product. You need to make certain that you test your product. You need a prototype of that product, and you need to continually test it to make certain that it does what it says or what you say it's going to do. So you've got to be able, and that's point number 2, you've got to have a prototype that's been tested, but that also provides you with consistent results. So first, let's make certain we have a product that's been tested. And 2, let's make certain that it gives us consistent results. So let's say, okay, it does. Okay, I've got a product, I've tested it, it works, it creates the results that I want each time. Okay, so the next question is, I'm going to ask you is, have you identified your market? If you sit there and tell me, it's anybody can buy it. I don't want to hear about the 7 billion people in the world that can use your product or benefit from your product. Who is your market? Who is your specific market that needs your product now? Okay, and that's point number 3. Identify your market. Who is this best going to serve? That's going to be the opinion of it. And the other thing is, as you're identifying your market, point number 4, does your market even need this product? Are you trying to reinvent the wheel and they've already got the wheel? Okay, is there a need for it? That's going to be part number 4. Identify the need. Make certain that your market that you've identified has a need for it. Otherwise, you're not selling anything to anybody. Nobody's buying it. Nobody's going to get it from you. So I just want you to make certain that you've done that. As a matter of fact, point number 5, so you've got a prototype or a testing product or a tested product. It's produced consistent results. Let's say you've gone ahead and you've identified your market and there's a need for it. Point number 5, let's get some opinions of people in that marketplace, whether it's existing clients or whether it's potential clients. But let's get their opinion on what they think of that product, what they think of your prototype. Does it have everything that they need? Do they see things that you can do that can improve upon it? Or is there too much on it and some of it needs to be taken away? Let's get their opinion. It's, you know what, when you are looking at it and thinking about it day in and day out, you become so close to it, you just can't see it. And sometimes you need the opinions of others, and that's going to help you. So, step number 1, make certain you've got a product that has been tested. 2, that has given you consistent results. Okay. 3, you've identified the market that you're making this product for. 4, the market needs this product. And 5, you've sought the opinion of experts in your field, in that market, that have given you their opinion of the product as far as what it does and what it needs or what it doesn't need. Okay? So what would be step number 6? You've got to look at your competition. Okay? Again, more than likely, you are not going to be the only one creating a product for a marketplace that there's not a similar product out there. But the question is going to be, what makes your product so special? What makes your product stand out from all the others? Why should I, and I'm speaking as your market, why should I buy your product? What makes it better than everybody else's? And you've got to be able to identify that. Look at your competition, look at their products, look at what they're offering, look at what it does. And then you can see what your product does and what makes your product different. There's got to be something different. Maybe you make your product cheaper, and that's the key. You know, I can provide and deliver this product to you cheaper than everybody else does, and it can do the same things for you. So that's excellent. I mean, you know that's definitely excellent. So make certain that you check out your competition. So now I've got a working prototype. I know that I get my consistent results with it. I know when there's a need, for it. I've identified the market. I know I've gotten opinions. I need expert reviews. Okay. You need credibility in your market, and that's going to be step number 7. You need credibility. You need people. Maybe you've given it to them for free so they can use your product. But what you want from them is their testimony. You want their reviews. You want them to say, hey, listen, I've used their product. It does what it's supposed to do. I love it. And I just can't wait for my other stores to have it, or whatever it may be. You need those expert reviews. That's going to help you when it comes time to launching your product and marketing your product. Those expert reviews, that credibility, it's in the marketplace and it does what it's supposed to do. Okay, so that's going to take us to step number 8, your elevator pitch. What is your elevator pitch? If I was stuck in the elevator with you and I'm going to go up a few floors, so you've got about maybe 30 seconds, what are you going to say about your product? Okay, if I ask you, hey, how's it going there? What is it that you do? What are you going to say about what you do, what you made, and how is it going to benefit me? How is it going to make my life easier? So you've got to develop your elevator pitch on your product. But that's step number 8. Remember, there's 7 well ahead of that. And so before you even create that pitch, make certain you've tested the product. Because if it doesn't work, nobody's going to want it. And make certain that you get the consistent results from it. Make certain you've identified that the market. Make certain that the market needs it. Make certain also that the market, you've gotten the opinion of the market, and they want it, and they need it, and they can use it. Make certain also you've identified what makes your product special, okay? Because that's going to be the key. And you've gotten reviews from people that are using your product. So keep that in mind when you're putting together your elevator pitch. Okay? So that's going to be that. Now, great. So let's just say success. I've got a product that works. I've got a product. I know who I'm selling it to. I know that they need it. I know that they want it. I've gotten expert reviews. I've done everything right. Mind you, you haven't spent a lot of money yet, have you? You haven't spent, you may have spent some time, but you haven't spent a lot of money. And I don't want you pouring your life savings into this, no matter how much you believe in this, until you make certain that you can sell this thing before you build it. And that's going to be the key. Can I sell it before I build it? Because if I spend all this money building it and nobody buys it, then I'm out all that money. And that's going to be the key here. That's what I try to convey to people. Let's make certain that you can sell it before you build it. So the expense of building it is not exposing you before you've already got it sold. Let's get some commitments. So you've got your elevator pitch. So it's time now to market it. How are you going to market it? Obviously ads. How? Are you going to put it in the newspaper? Are you going to do television? Are you going to do social media? This is where you're going to have to do some research. Now, you may want to pick some brains. You may want to do a small market test, a small area test, just to make certain that you can sell this thing and work out the bones. Just because you put an ad in a paper doesn't mean they're going to come running. Just because you build it doesn't mean they're going to come running. And that's going to be the key. Just like you tested your prototype to make certain that it works, you're going to have to test your ads because you're going to have to talk to your market. You're so close to this thing that you know how it works. You know what it does. You know what the benefits are. But for somebody that doesn't, it's going to take them a little bit of time, and you've got to be able to convey to them, hey, this is what this product does. I've got the product that solves your problem. Most people are going to say, I don't even know they have the problem yet. And that's going to be the key there. So you're going to have to use ads, which is step number 9. And you're probably going to use social media. There's a lot of ways, and that's your final step. Social media, and I would probably put that as step number 9 before I put that as step number 10. You need to start getting the word of mouth out. Okay? You need to get your friends and your family to start sharing it so that people can see it. You need to have people start asking you about it. So don't necessarily look at social media as a way to sell it. Look at it as a way to get some traction, to get some attention so that you can start answering questions. Believe me, if your product does what it says and it's going to solve the problem that I have and it's going to benefit me, I'm going to ask to buy it. You don't have to tell me, hey, buy this thing. Your market's going to tell you that, but you've got to get in front of your market, and it's going to take work to do that. So let's review. What are the 10 steps that you need to take before launching your product into the marketplace? Okay. Step number 1, we need a prototype and we've got to test it. It's got to be a tested product. That's step number 1. 2, it's got to give me and be able to produce consistent results. I need to be able to see that. 3, I've identified the market. I know who this product is for and what it's going to do for them. 4, I got to make certain that they need it. I got to make certain the market needs my product. There's a need for it. If there's no need and there's no demand, I'm not going to deliver anything to anybody. 5, I need opinions. I need a close circle. And I'm not talking your brother, your mother, your father, your best friend. I need people in the industry, in the market that I'm talking about, and I need their opinion. They're the ones that are going to tell you, hey, add this or take away that or do this or do that. It would be really great. And you need to take all that information and be able to put it into your product. Step number 6, you need to identify your competition so that you can determine what makes you special. What is special about the product that you're offering? What makes it different than everybody else's? If I can go down the block, or if I can call up, ABC and get your product, why should I buy yours? And that's going to be important. What makes yours so special? That's where you're going to need step number 7, expert reviews. If you've got people in the market that big companies, small companies, it doesn't matter. People that are utilizing and benefiting from your product, that's going to give you credibility when it comes time to selling your product to other people and offering it to other people. Okay, you need those expert reviews. So don't be afraid to give away that product for free so people can try it, because what you're getting from them are their expert reviews. And that's step number 7. Step number 8, get that elevator pitch together. I need, in a few sentences, I need you to be able to tell me what it is you do, why it is you do it, how is it going to benefit me, and you've got to make it short, and what problems they're going to solve for me. Okay, so I'm not saying necessarily in that order. There are many things on the internet that you can find as far as good elevator pitches, but you're going to have to be able to put that elevator pitch together, because you're going to be talking to a lot of people about it. So make certain before you run any kind of ads, you've got that elevator pitch together, because it's that elevator pitch that's going to help you when it comes to ads. Step number 9, and I'm changing that. I'm at social media. The product works. We know that. Let's get word of mouth out. Let's find our market. Let's start talking to them. Let's start getting exposure. We're not selling yet. Let's just get word of mouth going so that we can talk to them. Okay? And that'll take us to our final step, advertising. How are we going to advertise this thing? Because, and again, it's not like you can't throw gasoline on the ads. You've got to start very small so that you are properly talking to your market. And that's going to be the key. You've got to identify how your market listens, what they need to hear, and how you're going to talk to them. And it's not going to, it may take longer than a week. It may take longer than 2 weeks. It may take 2 or 3 months. You're going to be continually refining it. But you need to know that just because you put an ad up doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. So that's the long and the short of it. Those are the 10 things that you need to do before you launch your product, before you spend a lot of money making a lot of different, not even different, just your product, and then offering it and nobody buys it. It's really important that you get these steps down. So these are the things that I share with young, aspiring entrepreneurs. I let them know this is what you need to do. It's not as easy as, hey, I've got a product, great, people are going to buy it, great. It's not that easy. Let's get our heads out of our butts, okay? And let's look at this logically. If it's not going to make money, let's throw it away. And that's what the name of the game is. So that's you may have a passion for it, but if it's not going to be successful, let's not do it at all. So I hope you enjoyed this show. I know it was rather short, but we got to the point. We're getting to the point of now it's time to launch our product, and we've got to make a success of it. So if you have any questions, you're always free to email me, or you can contact us and let us know. Please. Also, we ask you, rate the show. We greatly appreciate it. That way we know we're on the right track with you and you're listening and we're giving you the information that you need. And if you need some information, please don't hesitate to contact us. But in the interim, we thank you for listening and we hope you have a great week. Thanks for listening. If you're not subscribed to the show, please do. It would mean the world to us. It helps us climb the rankings. Now, if you go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating, we'll automatically enter you into our contest where you get a chance to win an iPad or one-on-one coaching. This will go on for the first few months of the year, so we're going to be giving away iPads and one-on-one coaching as our way to say thank you for listening to the show. Now, you can visit us at BYOB Pep Talk, that's BYOBPeptalk.com, for further instructions on how to leave a rating, a 5-star rating with iTunes. So the biggest compliment you can pay us, or you can pay me, is by sharing the show with someone that you think that could benefit from it. So please do. We greatly appreciate that. If you have a question, please feel free to leave it for us, and we'll see if we can answer it on the show. In the meantime, we hope you have a great day.